Hey everybody, Superfluous J here, playing some ASKA, and that guy right there is really mad at me. He just knocked my boat out of the water and stranded me on this island like a jerk, and then he's gonna walk away. Other than that, I don't think you ever see him again in the game. I'm a fan of this game. I've played it multiple times, and I figured why not play it on the channel. I'm not sure if this is actually qualifying as a tutorial series per se, just because I don't know everything about the game, but I do know quite a bit, and I'm going to point out things that I think are the right way to do them when the time comes. There's these guys over here, these red guys. You could fight them, but there's no need to. You're pretty weak at the start. You have no weapons or anything like that. So I personally think you should just leave them be and run away from them. They will chase you a little bit, but they give up pretty quick. Everything in the game gives up pretty quick, which is one of the things I like about the game. You're not going to get chased across the entire map by a wolf, for example. This game here, you start out on that boat, and the whole goal is to build a big village and attract people. And those things I picked up in those boxes and this glowy blue stuff here is how you attract villagers. You build a little monument, and that attracts them. You put those stones in, and every 10 minutes you get a new person. But that's not exactly the first thing that's going to happen here. The first thing that's going to happen is you need to make some things. You need to make a fire, and then you need to make some buildings, and then eventually you'll be able to make the Eye of Odin, which is what attracts people to your village. But you can't make the Eye of Odin until you have shelter, and you can't make shelter. Let's do shelter here. No. Here it is. Shelter. You can't make shelter until you build a campfire, and you can't build a campfire until you build a simple fire. So we're going to start there. We're going to start at the simple fire. Now, I picked this seed on purpose, and I put the seed in the show notes. You walk up off the beach, and you have this nice, huge, flat area, and this is where my village is going to be, just between these two sets of trees. I think it's absolutely perfect. It's not perfectly flat, but who wants a perfectly flat area? So we're going to start out here by placing a campfire here. It doesn't really matter exactly where we put it. This campfire, though, notice it says supply missing supplies, and below it, it tells you what it needs. And you're looking at those, and you're like, well, it looks like sticks and sticks. What exactly does it need? If you hit Q on here to pin the recipe, up in the upper left there, it's going to say you need fibers and you need sticks. So that's what we need to get. And if you look around here, this thing gives sticks. Perfect. Well, let's get some sticks out of here. And there's a thing over here. This gives us some more sticks. We need 6 total. We got 2. We're getting 2 from each one of these bushes. That's a standard thing. You get 2 from each bush. You mine, I guess, you collect from. And then we also need fibers, and if you look around long enough, you're going to find that, this is berries. Actually, berries aren't bad to pick up any. Might as well pick them up. If we wander out here into the woods a little bit, oh, I think this is it. Nope, more berries. I'm not going to complain. I'll complain in a minute if I find another berry bush and no. Oh, yeah, okay, I'm going to start complaining. Okay, 5 berry bushes later, actually not 5, like 2. We found some flax. Notice this gives fibers, which is what we need up there. Now, the nice thing about flax is it gives you 5 fiber per bush. So every time you see flax, you want to pick it. Fibers are one of the more important things in this game, and you need a lot of it, and you need it all the time. You notice there's some creatures wandering around in the thing over here. Those aren't dangerous. They're kind of like a mix between a goat and a rabbit and a rat, maybe. Oh, look at this. There's flax right here next to the fire. Of course there is. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to put this flax and these sticks in here to supply this fire, and I got it. Now we could ignite it, but there's no reason to. So I'm just going to open the simple fire menu, and notice that the campfire is what we actually need to build. This needs stones and sticks. Now, stones are harder to get than sticks. You can find them on the ground. They are laying around. I think I saw one over here while I was looking around. Maybe not. There are big stones, but you can't just pick those up. So what I'm going to do instead of finding stones to put them in the fire, I'm actually going to jump ahead a little bit, and I suggest you do it too. Fallen bird's nest. You find feathers and sometimes eggs in these. Oh, there I found some eggs. You can eat those, which is pretty awesome. More berries. Don't care about those. But I'm going to find some stones, and I'm going to actually make some equipment so I can mine stones a little bit more a little bit more reliably than finding them on the ground. Okay, I just found my 4th stone. I have 4 of them in my inventory, and I'm going to go right into building, and I'm going to make myself a stone pickaxe, which requires 2 stone blades, a stick, and some rope. Now I don't have any of those, including the sticks. So let me collect some sticks here. But the stone blade and the ropes, those are things you craft. And the stone blades, you craft them out of stones. Two stones makes a blade. We need 2 blades, so I got 4 stones. And the rope, two ropes makes or 2 fibers makes 1 rope. So I can craft 5 of these, and I might as well just do it. It's more convenient to craft 5 because it takes the same amount of time. But now when I go into here and I want to make my stone pickaxe, it lets me. And this is going to be very nice because now I don't need to run around looking for stones on the ground. I can just hit these things. Now I don't need to equip the pickaxe. If you hit R to gather, harvest, it automatically picks the tool for you as long as you have it in your inventory, which I think is super convenient. It means you don't have to keep things in your toolbar. You don't have to keep equipment in your toolbar except like weapons that you want to specifically use it at any given time. And you notice as I'm mining the stone clump, there's a big chunk of rock came off of it. If you hit your I don't think I talked about this. It's like a scan. You hit Z on the left-hand area. It says search area. It highlights anything in yellow that is useful. If you've played the Batman games, it's like the Bat Vision, the Detective Vision, I think it's called in Batman. But as I mine this thing, it breaks up, and it breaks up into big stones and little stones. Now I only care about the little stones right now, but like everything in a game like this, you're going to want a bit of everything in the near future. So I'm not going to break up those big stones, but you can break up a big stone. I think it turns into 2 little stones. And my stamina ran out, so while I'm waiting for it to come back up, I'm going to pick up these little stones here. And then I'm going to go back to mining this thing. I'm just going to break it up completely, because when you break it up completely, you get like a little bonus amount of stuff out of the last chunk of it that you break. Oh, it's got 2 more hit points, and there we go. Okay, so I'm going to pick up all these little stones. And I forgot to pin the campfire recipe. I'm not actually sure if I can pin it because it's an upgrade. Yeah, actually I can. I know for a fact I can. So I'm going to run back to it. I don't remember what it needs. I know it needs some sticks and some stones, which will break its bones. So I'm going to run this big rock over here. I'm just going to throw it on the ground because we're going to need it eventually, but we don't need it right now. And then I'm going to hit R to throw all this stuff in there. And I'm going to hit Q to pin it. I need 3 more sticks. Now, it would be convenient if I had an axe, but I don't. So I'm going to gather these sticks here. Let me see what it would take to make an axe. It would take 1 more stone blade. I have the sticks, and I would need more rope. Do I have stones? I do. I can make the blades. So all I need is the rope, and for that all I need is some flax, and I found some here. So let's go ahead and make some rope. Ignore the goat off to the corner here. I think I said I needed 3. I also said I had 1. I don't know about that. And we need a stone axe. Oh no, it only needed 1 of each. So boom, now I have a stone axe. Now I can cut down these trees. And I can only cut down the little ones. The big ones need bigger axes. But these little ones are fine. And when you cut down a tree, you chop it, it falls down. You cut it down again, and you hit it on the ground. It looks like I'm hitting the stump, but I'm actually hitting the fur because the little pop-up says the fur. And you notice it makes a couple big sticks and a couple little sticks. Now, I only care about the little sticks right now. I'm going to pick up the bark too, because the bark will come in handy later. The resin will also come in handy later, but that's a little bit more later. I'm going to leave that on the ground just so it doesn't muck up my inventory here. And it looks like I don't have any more. Oh, there's a couple more sticks fell a little farther away. And I'll pick up one of these big sticks just to have it, to get it closer to my campfire, even though I'm right here. So let's go ahead and throw that in there. I just made the campfire. I'm going to throw this big stick down. And now that I've made the campfire, I can build a shelter. And as you remember, you need a shelter to build the eye. So I'm going to plop the shelter down. I'm just going to face it at the fire. It doesn't really matter where I put it. And you notice now, for the shelter, I need to level the ground. And I don't have a hoe, so I have to, you got it, craft a hoe. For that I need another stone blade and some more sticks. Well, for the stone blade I'm going to need some stones. And as I said before, I'm gonna need these Jotun blood shards out of here because I need 5 of them to attract a villager. And the game only gave me 4, even though it was something. Usually the game gives you 5. I'm not sure exactly what's going on with that, but it gave me 4, so I need to mine one. You know, randomness, I suppose. So let me pick up these stones here. Finish mining this thing off. Get the rest of it out of here. You'll notice in the lower left, my hunger bar, my liquid bar, and my cold bar are down there, and my thirst is starting to become an issue. I haven't done any eating or drinking since I got here. If you eat berries, they give you a little bit of both water and food. So as soon as I'm done mining this thing, I might as well pick this up. I'm going to eat some berries and show you what different food items do. And there's also a way to just get water. You can't drink the ocean water for the obvious reason, because drinking seawater is bad for you apparently. Yeah, let me pick up these stones here. There's these little water collectors, natural water collectors laying on the ground, like this one right here, natural water source. I can hit E, and I will drink it, and it will really fill up my water pretty good. I can also hit 2, because you see on my toolbar down there, the berries are in 2 and 3. I think there's stacks of 5. I can just hit 2, and each one knows it's bringing my health and my water bar up. Now I want my health to go all the way up, so I'm just going to eat until I'm all the way up. I'm sorry, not my health, my food. There's also a one over here, and I'm going to actually hold R to gather out of it. And you notice in my number 1 slot is where my water jug is. I just came with one of those. You can make those later, but you come with one, which is really nice. So that's how you take care of your needs here. Now the hoe, I still need rocks, stone blades. I'm sorry, and I can make 5 of them, so I might as well. I always check these to see if I can make them, because it's just so much more convenient to make them 5 at a time. And now I need the wooden hoe. Oh, I'm low on sticks apparently. Let's see, there's a tree right here. Let's go ahead and take it. And now I can make the hoe. What am I? Oh, okay, apparently. I don't know what I gathered, but it wasn't the sticks from that dwarf spruce, or I needed even more. I'm not sure which. But the wooden hoe, there we go. Now that I have the wooden hoe, I can walk over here. Remember, I'm not equipping it. I'm just hitting E, which is what it says to level the ground. I need to do that on every one of these squares. And then it's going to drop down a blueprint, just like it did with the fire. It's going to drop a blueprint of this. Now, this here says, I notice it says I need 2 of something. I don't know what those are. I do, but I mean, at the beginning you don't. So you always want to hit Q to see what it says. It needs 2 long sticks. And also notice it says that this is step 1 out of 3 for this thing. So I'm going to be putting down these 2 long sticks, and then it's going to have more that it's required to do later. So we're going to check that. So we're going to put, when we chop this tree down, it conveniently dropped 2 long sticks. So I'm just going to use those because they're right here. And we're going to throw those into the shelter, and then I'm going to hit, I got to get a little bit closer. Oh, missing equipment, hammers. I can't build anything because I don't have a hammer. So guess what I have to craft? I have to craft a hammer, and for that I need, yep, you guessed it, another stick. Well, I don't see any little trees around here, so I'm going to chop this young fir down here, and I'm going to harvest it. You can start swinging as soon as it breaks, as long as it's highlighted in yellow when you're standing there. That means you're targeting it. It doesn't matter what your guy's animation does. He's going to chop the thing, and you can, if you're a little bit far away from something, when you try to pick it up, your person will move across there. It makes it kind of easy to move things together. So now I need to craft this hammer, and then now I can hold down E, and my person will switch to it and bang on this thing a little bit with the hammer, and we will make the base of this building. And then, of course, like I said, this is step 1 of 3. So now we're on step 2 of 3, and we need to build the actual building itself. So now I threw in what I happen to have on me, which was the rope. I just hit R to do that. And it says I need more sticks and more long sticks. Now, did I chop a tree down over here? I don't think I did. No, I did not. So I'm going to chop down another tree here, because I need another long stick and 4 more sticks, and this tree will give me more than that. So I'm going to aim up at it so I can start chopping it right away. And there we go. I'm just going to now make sure I get all the sticks. Stick there. Now I have enough sticks, and then I have a long stick. And then when I run over here and I hit R, it's going to throw all of those in there, and then it'll be ready for me to continue. So let's go ahead and hit E to build. We go through the 10-step process. Oh, I'm out of stamina. Maybe I should eat. I'm going to eat one of these eggs. If you look here, another thing that's important to note, notice the egg right above it. There's a small yellow line, and above the berries there's a green line. Slowly, as time goes on, those lines go down, and if it gets red, you don't want to eat them anymore. You just want to throw them away. If they're green or yellow, if they're green, they're great. If they're yellow, they're still okay to eat, but they're not as good for you. And if they're red, they're bad for you. They've spoiled, basically. Okay, so now the thing now needs 8 bark. I have 4 on me because I picked them up before. But before I do anything, I might as well pick up the rest of the bark here so I can get it all done. And while I'm over here, I might as well... Oops, I thought I had all the bark. There we go. You can pick up something while you're carrying something heavy. Might as well bring another big stick over here because I'm probably going to end up needing it for something. So let's go ahead and throw all this in here. And guess what we need to do again? We need to smack it with a hammer 10 times and level up our building skills. And just make sure that we get this thing built. And now, if you recall, the prerequisite of this Odin Eye, which is the single most important thing to build in the early game, is met. We have built a shelter. So we can now build the eye. And I'm going to do something that might not make sense if you've never played the game, and it might not even make sense if you have played the game. But I'm going to run down here and build the eye pretty far from my main base. And I have a very good reason for that. The reason is the Eye of Odin is what attracts bad guys to your base. If it's in the center of your base, the bad guys are attracted to the center of your base. If it's a bit away from your base, the bad guys are attracted a bit away from your base. They might destroy this thing, but I don't care if they destroy it. I'll just rebuild it. It's not a big deal. Oh, and another thing is they spawn in kind of randomly around it. So you want it inland from the water. That way the big chances they're going to spawn somewhere around over here and come at it here. And they'll very rarely spawn near your base and away from your base, away from it that way. So it's important that it's inland from your base. Ideally, your base is near the water because you're going to want to be fishing someday anyway. I needed to tag this thing with R. I forgot to do that. I'm sorry, take it with Q. Okay, so I need 2 long sticks, 4 sticks, and some small stones. So I think I'm going to chop a tree down. Oh, I can't chop this tree down. It's a fir tree. It's a tall tree. It does not... can't chop it with my little dinky axe. I need one of these skinnier trees, like this one here. So I'm going to chop this one down. This one tree is going to give me the 2 long sticks and the 5 regular sticks that I will need to build this thing. And then I'll just need to chop up a stone that I find nearby. I'm probably not going to chop up this Jotun stone just because they take longer and they give you less. They give you less regular stones. My goal here is to get this Eye of Odin filled up as quickly as possible because it takes 10 minutes to get a villager. So the faster you get the Jotun stones in there, the blood or whatever it's called, I don't know, the Jotun blood in there, the better, the quicker you're going to get a person. So where did I put the eye? Put it up here. Now you can hear wolves. You got to be watchful for them, but you don't have to fight them. If you see them coming at you, if you run away, they'll eventually give up on you, which is pretty awesome because you could be in some trouble with this game. I think I'm going to drink this. There we go. And did I see a stone over there? No, it's more of those Jotun stones and water supplies. There's a lot of those. Oh, actual stones. Yeah, see these stones you can't mine them, but here's a stone. So okay, I've chopped up this stone. You'll see this red line here. I actually found the stone over here, and I didn't want to lose where it was because I know for a fact I'm going to want the rest of this, the rest of what I've chopped off of here later. So I've marked it so I can easily get back to it and not lose it in the wilderness. I probably wouldn't have lost it in the wilderness, but you never know. So it is already morning. It took me the bulk of the night to chop that stone up. But we're going to bring it here back to our Eye of Odin. Throw this rock on the ground here and throw the rest of the supplies in here. Now we need another long stick, which we can get over here from this tree we chopped down. And then when we throw that in there, we'll be able to build this. And notice it says, as always, step 1 of 2, which means after I do this and build it, oops, I hit the wrong button. I hit E instead of R. I do that a lot. R is throw the thing in the thing you want to build. E is throw the thing on the ground. And so I frequently throw it on the ground and then I have to pick it back up and throw it into the building itself. But what are you going to do? It's just something that happens. Now, oh, look at this. It needs 2 large stones. Well, luckily, I thought ahead and I got this large stone. And then now I can run back to my waypoint and pick up one of the stones I picked up here. There's nothing else to get, sadly, because I can only carry one of these stones at a time. But then I can throw it into here, and then we can build it, go through the whole building process again. This is a common thing in this game. You gather resources, you throw them into a blueprint or a ghost, if you will, of the item that you want to build, and then you do the building, and then you get more resources and continue along your merry way. Or more accurately, your villagers do that for you eventually. I need to throw 5 of these things in here. I just right-clicked them to get them over here, and then I can activate it and pick between 2 people. Now, if I don't like these people and I hit escape and I hit E and activate it again, I get the same 2 people. So you have to pick one of the 2 people it gives you. So we've got Kare or Care, who likes to farm and garden, which isn't bad. He's bad mining stone, which could be bad. Or we've got Olga, who is a battle-scarred veteran, and she has more health than normal, and she likes the spraying. It doesn't really matter which one of these 2 people I got. I don't really like the idea of stone clumsy, so I think I'm going to pick Olga and confirm that, and she is going to come out. And notice here on the right-hand side there, it says time until the arrival of Olga is 9 minutes and 52 seconds. So now we've got 10 minutes to get our village ready for her, and that's what we're going to be doing next time. I hope you enjoyed watching this. I definitely enjoyed playing it. I am Superfluous J, and I will, as always, talk at you later.